Today, the committee will examine the issues of man-made trash that is polluting the oceans, also known as marine debris. While marine debris can range from metals, glass, rubber, paper, and textiles, the vast majority of marine debris is plastic. Plastic plays an incredibly important role in our lives. As a doctor, I've seen firsthand how plastic can be indispensable in the field of medicine and healthcare. Similarly, plastic is crucial in virtually every aspect of modern society and economy, including the field of environmental protection. This doesn't mean, of course, that plastic should end up in our rivers, in our lakes, in our streams, and in our oceans. It's estimated that around 8 million metric tons of plastic waste ends up in the world's oceans each year. While some of this plastic is dumped directly into the ocean, like discarded fishing nets, most of the plastic flows from rivers. Experts believe that about 90% of all plastic pollution flows into the oceans from just 10 rivers, 8 of which are in Asia. It's estimated that Asia contributes to about 80% of all ocean plastic. Specifically, China, Indonesia, the Philippines, Thailand, and Vietnam are responsible for more plastic pollution than the rest of the world combined. By now, many Americans have heard of the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. This is an area of the Pacific Ocean where currents have concentrated plastic and other man-made trash. It now stands as the world's largest concentration of marine debris. Similar debris concentrations exist elsewhere throughout the world. In fact, plastic has been found in almost all corners of the ocean. Plastic takes at least 450 years to degrade completely, sometimes much longer than that. In the meantime, the debris will continue to entangle and kill marine wildlife as well as threaten human health. Little is done to stem the accumulation of plastic in the ocean. Experts believe that by 2050, there will be more plastic in the ocean than fish as measured by weight. Earlier this summer, National Geographic dedicated its June issue to this problem. I mean, it's a remarkable cover where it looks like it's an iceberg, but actually it's an upside-down plastic bag, and I don't know who would be responsible for this, but Senator Whitehouse and I both had this in our desks, in our offices, and pointed to this as he and I were talking about another issue. But I think it's a remarkable effort by National Geographic to display in picture form something that we know is a major problem affecting. I defer to my colleague from Rhode Island. Well, and it explained that, quote, it says, some people see ocean plastic as a looming catastrophe worth mentioning in the same breath as climate change, which is, I have it from the plastic standpoint. I'm glad that, Jonathan, that you're here. Dr. Braley, National Geographic's Executive Vice President and Chief Scientist, able to join us here today. Environmentalists aren't alone in recognizing this problem. Plastic manufacturers also acknowledge we need to address this problem. Earlier this summer, another one of our witnesses today, Cal Dooley, announced that he would extend his tenure atop the American Chemistry Council, as he said, to fight the spread of mismanaged plastic waste and help lay the foundation for a sustained global industry effort to address it. So thank you. Likewise, Coca-Cola, which is also represented here today and one of the world's biggest producers of plastic bottles, has taken steps to confront the problem. In January this year, Coca-Cola announced that it would, quote, help collect and recycle a bottle or can for every one it sells by 2030. Today, the committee will want to hear what more can be and should be done. Specifically, want to know what private industry, what local and state governments, what the federal government, and what international institutions should help do to address the crisis. I'd like to point out that today's hearing follows one that Senator Sullivan held as chairman of the Subcommittee on Fisheries, Water, and Wildlife in May of 2016. It also follows the efforts, as well as those of Senator Whitehouse, to pass the Save Our Seas Act, which I understand is under consideration as we speak. I want to thank them for their leadership on this issue. So if I'm going to ask each of you to give each of you an opportunity to make to say what you would like, a few words about that after I turn to Ranking Member Carper. So this issue is very important to the Ranking Member, to whom I now turn for his opening comments.